Hello, friends, and welcome to something I have never done before. This is a haul video from BreyerFest 2026 Midsummer Fair. I attended BreyerFest in person and had a fantastic time, and just gonna get a look at the official program there. And typically I will take pictures of my purchases and my trinkets and post them. But this year I figured, well, why not? Let's just take a video. So here we are, going to get started with these models. This was the first purchase I made shortly after arriving at the Clarion from a friend. This is the Pursuit of Happiness set. And I apologize for the glare of the plastic. This is one of two releases Breyer did for the 250th anniversary. I think they are super cute. I know the blue one has Alaska and Hawaii on the other side, but they are really nice. I was happy to pick them up, and they will join my patriotic collection. And then in front here, something new for me this year, I was an ambassador. I joined the ranks of the BreyerFest volunteers. I volunteered for the Resin Renaissance show. I got a cute little flower crown as a gift from the hostesses of the show. And I also received this purple medallion the medallion was a prize as part of the Resin Renaissance, but as staff, I got this purple glitter version of it. And also for being an ambassador, I received an ambassador model, which turned out to be the Palomino version of this guy. He was very pretty. And you don't see him here on the table because I already arranged to sell him to a friend and handed him off at BreyerFest itself. So he was kind of part of my BreyerFest experience, but he's already gone. All right. Next, this is the lanyard that I was wearing around at the park and at the Clarion. This is something I like to do. It started kind of post-COVID when I was masking a whole lot, so it was a way for people to see my face. But now I feel like it helps people identify me if I'm trying to do meetups or if they're trying to find me in the Clarion. And this year, most of the pins and things I already had, but I added this year's Midsummer Fair pin. I always like to get the pin from each BreyerFest I attend. And then above it is a pin of Athenian Lady. They were selling these at her stall in the barn, and I really enjoy her and her owner. I think they are adorable, really pretty. I loved her as a celebration model a couple years ago. So I bought that to add to my lanyard. And speaking of pins, right next to it, this is the pin from BreyerFest 2019, Salute to Horse Heroes, and it is the only pin from BreyerFests that I've attended that I did not have, and I was very happy to pick that up this year. Below it is a fun little keychain that I got in the Breyer store. Then there's this thing, yes. Okay, I will try to keep it short. A while back, I don't know how long ago, I'll put it up on screen, Breyer made a stablemate model based on a real horse called Emperor's Gold Bar, and they released it on an acrylic base, or a resin cast base, something like that, that had a piece of the actual horse's actual manure in it. Why they did this, I'm not exactly sure. If someone knows, you can put it in the comments below. But this was a limited release, very rare, very sought after, very collectible. Well, this is not that. I'll tell you that right off the bat. This is a resin cast base in approximately the same shape as that Emperor's Gold Bar, and it does have a piece of real horse poop in it. But this was made by artist Shauna McDaniel, who uses her powers for good and for chaos. And I love everything about it. I love the metatextual joke related to the very rare model, and the fact that, you know, she has a horse who has a lot of manure and it's common as dirt. And here we are. She made art out of it. And it has a base with an image of her horse. And I just think it's hilarious. It's fantastic. I love it. She made several of these for the Stone Horses Haunted Marketplace, and I knew I had to have one. Okay, let's see. Got a bunch of little trinkets and fun things that I picked up. This was a sticker by Paint Pony Studios commemorating the apparent death of the Clarion, based on rumors and speculation and what we know about the hotel being sold. It's a whole great big thing that I'm not going to get into right now, but she made this very fun art, very fun sticker, and I had to have one. And the sticker came along with this very nice little art card of a Tennessee Walker. She does fantastic artwork. Above here, let's skip up here. That is this year's magnet for Midsummer Fair. In addition to the pins, I like to also have the magnets from every year that I attend. I went to the Collector Club tent. I like going there, and they were handing out these sheets. I think these are from, yeah, you can see the logo in the lower left. These were from the Vintage Club originally. This is a reproduction of a cell sheet. And I did not memorize the information before I started filming, but I can pop some of that up on screen from what it was. But it features Breyer's first Western horse models, pretty sure. But that's my name badge from the tent, Collector Club tent, and they were handing out these fun little stickers. And then I also have a name badge from Equilocity, Art of the Horse. I went to the awards dinner, and that was my seat number, the little sheet of paper at my seat for the dinner. I'll talk more about that later. Next to it are some fun little stickers and cards and freebies I picked up from people. The stone stickers were from their shuttle that was running back and forth between the Griffin Gate Mansion and the Clarion all weekend. That was amazing. A Dala Mule sticker from Paint Pony Studios and a Fjord sticker from Stormy Strike. Some little freebies that were fun. I did a little bit of trinket trading with folks, and a Big Ben bracelet that an online friend gave to me, which is great. I now have 3 Big Ben bracelets, and I love it. Up here, this is a hoodie that I got at the BreyerFest store. They had a lot of fun stuff, a lot of fun apparel, but this one, this one really spoke to me because, yeah, I'd rather be at BreyerFest. And then this card, the owners of Mr. Shining Gun had these at his stall in the barn, and I thought I might pick one up. Let me tell you folks, I was really hoping to get a Mr. Shining Gun model from the BreyerFest store. I kind of assumed it would be there. And I went through the store first thing Friday morning. I was in and out before 10 a.m., I think. And that model was not in the store. None of it. There was no space for it on the table. There were none of them. And so I confess, I thought that meant it just wasn't going to be in the store at all. I saw later on Breyer's social media that they did have models of it in the store. Apparently they just got put out late, I guess. And that was pretty disappointing, because by the time I found out, I was not in a position to go back. So I missed out on a Mr. Shining Gun model entirely, and that was extremely disappointing. So I will acquire one for my collection, but I really had been planning to do it at BreyerFest. Okay, and now the exciting part, more models. Let's see, first off, we have this mint chip model, one of the dessert models that Breyer has been doing over the years. Mint chocolate chip is my favorite ice cream flavor, hands down. So I absolutely knew I had to get this model. I think it came out last year, slightly too late in the year for BreyerFest. And I made a mental note to just wait for the next BreyerFest to pick one up. And here he is. And then below it, this, so a lot of the time the celebration horse doesn't appeal to me, and a lot of the special runs don't appeal to me just because of what I collect and what I like. But this absolutely appealed to me. This was a limited edition model in the Breyer store called Dalarna. It's based on a Dala horse, which is a Swedish tradition, I believe. And I loved the bright red color. I loved the design. And I have seen Dala horses in like souvenir shops and so forth, and I don't have one because I kind of feel like eventually my spouse and I will make a trip to that part of the world and I will get one there, like a real one from the real place. And when I do, I will have this Breyer to go with it. And I like that idea. Okay, next, this little guy, this is also a limited edition model from this year, but I did not buy it in the store. I bought it by itself. It's part of a 5-piece stablemate set called Best of BreyerFest. I believe this is the 7th set in the series. It's a super fun series where they make mini stablemate scale versions of larger models from previous BreyerFests. So previous raffle models, previous prize models. This year's set was all prize models of various kinds from BreyerFest 2008, I think. And this one specifically is Mini Monaco. The actual model's name I'm completely forgotten. I will put that up on screen. But it is a miniature version of Monaco. And Monaco is the only Big Ben that I don't have. So this little guy is going to represent Monaco on my shelves. And in a way, he's also slightly aspirational because I hope to someday have a Monaco to go with. But by himself, he's very cute, very lovely color, very lovely design. Next to him, another little guy. This is one of Stone Horse's menagerie, from their menagerie series last year. It was from the October prehistory month. I believe its name is Magnor, Magnor. This guy I bought from a friend and picked up at BreyerFest. So it was not an actual BreyerFest purchase, but came home with me, so it's part of the haul. Super cute. I'm going to skip the Pegasuses for just a second. This green guy in the back, very exciting. This was the part of a trade and picked up at BreyerFest. So again, not really a BreyerFest purchase, but came home with me, so he gets included. This is Gelatinous Cube. That is the model's actual name. And I am just enough of a gaming geek to find that hilarious. I love everything about it. It's just perfect. This was a Moonlight Madness model from, I want to say, 2022. And I wanted to buy it at the time and was unable to. And so I am ecstatic to have him as a result of a trade. And then in front, these two are very exciting. So I mentioned earlier that I went to the Equilocity Art of the Horse Awards dinner. And this is because my very good friend Karin was a finalist this year for her 3D entry. She entered a Pegasus costume that she had made for Halloween that was made out of translucent plastic and she submitted these gorgeous photos of it in the light. And as a finalist, Stone makes models based on one's entry. And Karin ended up being the first runner-up, and Stone created a set of 10 little clearware chip Pegasuses based on the variety of colors in Karin's entry, and they were each of them gorgeous. Together as a group, they were just stunning. And so I was determined to come home with one of them, and my first pick was this clear icy blue. I just adore it, especially how some of the feathers are more translucent than others. This might be difficult to see here. And then I was very fortunate, based on the way our table worked out with the numbers, I was very fortunate to be able to get a second one, this pinkish, orangish, purplish version. So one was what I was after. I would have bought them all if I could have afforded it. Two is wonderful, and I am overjoyed to have these representations of my best friend's art. Karin and I have been friends for many, many, many years. She usually comes to BreyerFest with me. This year she was unable to, so I represented her at the awards dinner, and I texted her a lot through the dinner, and I was able to come home with these two representations of her amazing art. So there we go, friends. That is my haul, but stick around because I actually have a part 2. Okay, so here is the second half of my BreyerFest haul, and this might look more familiar to those of you who attended BreyerFest or who made your own purchases, but everything you see here is part of my haul because I did in fact haul it home, but these are all things that I acquired for my best friend Karin. As I mentioned before, she was unable to attend BreyerFest this year. Typically we attend together. And so she asked me to pick up some things and shop for some things, and I was quite happy to oblige. So all of this came home with me, but it will be shipped off to Karin, and I figured even though it is not staying here, I might as well show it off. So first up, of course, we have the program, which I picked up for her, and featured on the front cover of the program. And right here, this is the celebration horse, the celebration model, Corgi Hilflinka, a Fjord mare. This is the model that comes with your all-access ticket, your full, what used to be the full weekend ticket. They've changed ticket structures over the years, but this is basically your ticket model. This is the headliner guest horse. She's a lot of fun. I did get to see her in person. And this is, you know, typically the celebration model is not one I need to keep. Doesn't really suit my collection. So I'm happy for Karin to have it. Similarly, this little blue horse, Helsinki. This is another one of the event models, the stablemate model. They did 4 of them with the various country flags. And I got one of those with my ticket, and it's a decorator. It's a fun decorator, but not one I need. So again, happy for Karin to have that. Now above this, before I forget, I'm not going to pronounce his name. I'm sorry about that. This was a limited edition model from the Breyer store, a Gotland pony who was a guest at BreyerFest. So this is a portrait model of that guest horse. And then next to it, another limited edition set. I mentioned this set in my own haul video. This is the full Best of BreyerFest set, Series 7. These are miniature versions of various prize models from BreyerFest 2008. There's the one that I wanted for myself that I bought individually. And then the rest of them represent mini versions of Live Show Champ model, Live Show Reserve, the Volunteer model, the contest prize, like the diorama contest prize. And then I believe the 5th one is the early bird prize model. They used to do a raffle drawing for early bird ticket sales. And they don't do that anymore. But those models were super limited, like maybe only 3 of them, I think. Anyway, I think these sets are a lot of fun, a way to represent super limited models in a mini scale and make them more available. So Karin wanted one of these, so I picked one up for her. In front of that, this was from my Clarion shopping. So something, Karin gave me a list of things to look for, and I managed to find this little stablemate Man o' War, complete with his box. And lastly, back over here, this was one of the online exclusive stablemates for the event. And I purchased one, since I had all this other stuff anyway, I just went ahead and purchased it for her just to throw it in all together. And this model came in 2 versions, a realistic color and a decorator. I believe there were, I think the split was there were 1/3 of the run were decorators. And look what she got, a decorator. So that's quite the luck. So there we go. This is Karin's half of the haul, which came home with me, and soon it will be boxed up and sent to her. So overall, fantastic time, fantastic models, very happy with what I brought home, and I hope if you went to BreyerFest, I hope you also had a fantastic time. And I will have some more videos coming up soon, more collection tours and conga tours, and we'll just see what I come up with. Thanks, friends.